What if the universe has already delivered your order, but you forgot to look at the porch? Right now, we are moving through the second decan of Pisces, active from March 1st through March 10th. And the tarot card associated with this 10-day window is the Nine of Cups. Pisces rules the 12th house in astrology, the house of spirit, compassion, dreams, and the dissolving of the ego into something larger than ourselves. In tarot symbolism, Neptune, the modern ruling planet of Pisces, is associated with the Hanged Man, the card of surrender and altered perspective. The pose is based on a yogic inversion posture used to induce altered perception. Blood flow shifts, and the brain literally experiences a different sensory state. Before Neptune's discovery, Jupiter ruled Pisces. The Golden Dawn assigns Jupiter to this decan as well, giving the Nine of Cups a double measure of Jupiterian influence. Venus is exalted in Pisces, where love expresses at its highest. Venus and the Moon symbolize magnetic forces that attract experiences rather than chase them. With Venus exalted in Pisces, the laws of attraction become powerful and benevolent, blending with Jupiter's influence to create an atmosphere of compassion and abundance. And this points towards something psychologically important. Gratitude often arises from acceptance, the ability to allow the present moment to exist exactly as it is. This is beautifully reflected in the imagery of the Nine of Cups, where a contented figure sits calmly before 9 arranged cups, his posture relaxed and satisfied. Nothing is being chased. Nothing is being forced. The image suggests a state of emotional fulfillment that comes from recognizing what is already present rather than striving endlessly for more. When we stop resisting reality, appreciation begins to appear naturally. Eckhart Tolle expresses this idea simply. When you honor the present moment, struggle dissolves and life begins to flow with greater ease. A similar perspective appears in the work of psychiatrist Dr. David R. Hawkins, who explored emotional states and levels of awareness. In his Map of Consciousness, Hawkins describes acceptance as a higher state of awareness. At this level, resistance softens and the mind opens to creativity, intuition, and inner harmony. Lower emotional states remain entangled with resistance, pushing, defending, or grasping at life. Acceptance, by contrast, allows life to unfold more naturally. In other words, acceptance is not resignation. It is the inner stillness that allows gratitude to emerge. How does Jupiter, signified by the Wheel of Fortune, influence Pisces? When we picture the Wheel of Fortune, most people imagine the outer rim, the constant motion of life. Circumstances change, opportunities appear. Luck rises and falls, the wheel is always turning. That is very much Jupiter's nature. But Pisces introduces a fascinating twist to this image. Because while Jupiter spins the wheel, Pisces draws our attention to the center of the wheel. At the outer rim, everything is motion: success, failure, opportunity, loss, change. But at the center hub of the wheel, there is stillness. Symbolically, that center represents the soul. During this Pisces second decan, active from March 1st to March 10th, the invitation is not simply to chase the turning wheel of fortune. Instead, the deeper wisdom is to move toward the center, the place of calm vision and faith. This is where the gifts of the spirit reside, such as acceptance, love, and gratitude. Here, Jupiter brings an expansion of faith and quiet optimism and a deep inner confidence, like the satisfied expression of someone who simply knows that life will unfold as it should. It is the serene assurance of the Nine of Cups figure, seated calmly with a quiet smile, trusting that what is meant to arrive will arrive. This is where Pisces becomes powerful. Pisces teaches that the clearest vision often appears when we stop trying to control the turning of the wheel and instead rest in the quiet center of awareness. Ironically, when you stop chasing the wheel often begins to turn in your favor. That is the deeper Jupiter in Pisces secret during the March 1st through March 10th decan. Expansion happens, opportunities appear, but they do not always appear immediately. What Pisces offers is something quieter and more powerful, the promise that they will. The real power comes from the calm center of the soul, the place where acceptance allows gratitude to arise and vision becomes clear. In Pisces, this inner stillness becomes a form of quiet magnetism. The feminine currents of Venus and the moon are strong here, drawing experiences toward us rather than forcing them through effort. Jupiter here seems to be the eye of the storm. Around you, the wheel of life may still be spinning, yet at the center there is stillness, satisfaction, acceptance. This is the moment of regrouping before the spring equinox, when the explosive initiating energy of Aries hits us in the face. Pisces gives us this quiet interval to listen, to restore faith, and to allow new Neptunian visions to emerge from the depths of the imagination. From that still center, we begin to sense where the next cycle is moving. And when Aries season, just 10 days away, finally ignites the spark of I am, the vision has already been born. Like the Neptunian hanged man, for this brief moment in the calendar year, practice what it is like to surrender to what life is, rather than what we want it to be.